you explain who you are and what you do on this project?
So my name is AFTAB HAFEEZ, and I'm the composer at Medina Papel, and currently doing the music for the animation Medina Papel, and doing the music for the song Blackwater, which we will be releasing hopefully in a month or two.
Why did you choose the music industry?
I grew up playing a few instruments, and I think music and sound was always had a big impact on me. But I do remember the specific day where I just knew that I wanted to do music seriously, and I was probably around 14 or 13. And it was really just a decision I made. Like, I was looking for software to make electronic music. Finally, I found that software. I was like, all right. And then just after that, every day for like maybe 2 hours or more after school, I just do that. Things just kind of stayed that way.
Could you tell us a little bit more about your past projects that you worked on? Any kind of songs that's released?
Yeah, so there's two different things I do in music. One is film scoring, and the other one is releasing music, usually producing for artists, singers. So I'll just start with the film scoring. Recently, I think it was last month, we finally completed an animation called Redemption, and that's a 3D animation. The director is named Sora Hong. Yeah, it turned out really well, and she's currently submitting that to festivals. But that's like a heavy, like very piano centric score. It just recently we got news that it won, I think it was Best 3D Animation of the Year for the Spring Show at Academy of Art. So I'm very happy that all of our hard work like paid off on that. Oh yeah, I've been working a bit with a singer in Malaysia. Her name's Belle Lee, and she does a lot of rap, soul, R&B music, and hopefully very soon we're going to release a new track. This one in particular, I'm engineering it, so mixing and mastering it. And then doing a lot of projects with Tony as well, Tony Gapistone at Bravemaker. There's a TV show called Church Biz that we're currently in production for. So working on the music on that as well. And of course, Blackwater, which is a huge focus of ours. And that one I'm very particularly excited about because we have some very talented artists on. Tommy Shepard and Sibel Fasquelle.
So could you briefly describe your process, the process that you used for Gufran's theme? Like what kind of instruments were involved?
So the instrumentation it uses a fair amount of the oud, which is one of the most ancient musical instruments. And for anyone that doesn't know what an oud is, it's like a lute, and it's used a lot in Middle Eastern music and Saudi music. And I incorporated a lot of Western instrumentation as well. So there's heavy use of the harp all throughout. Conveys a sense of journey because Gufran, the name of the song is Gufran's Journey. The story, part of it is about him facing his father, their differences, the drama, if you will, that happens between them, the fight. So I want to bring that climax, but also the bright outcome of it, because we want, after people listen and watch this, we want them to be inspired and to feel empowered. And that's also what I wanted to bring to convey through the music. Actually, on a personal note, for this animation in particular, that's been very different than anything else I've worked on, is I used to be a sculptor. I mean, not a professional sculptor, but sculpting was like my first art. So I have a huge appreciation for clay and claymation and anything that's like constructing small things that require a lot of detail. So it reminded me a lot of when I used to do things like that. So yeah, I was particularly excited to see that and work on something like this.
How do you think Medina Papel's value tie into your life?
I think one of the big things about Medina Papel is the team, and we have a very diverse team. So, and even the name itself, it's shown even in the name, Medina Papel. It's Arabic and Spanish, and for me to just see that, because my mom is like from Colombia and my dad's from Pakistan, it was like, wow, I feel right at home here. Yeah, I've never had like one group or anything that I ever felt like I am here, because if I go to Colombia, I'm a gringo. If I go to Pakistan, I'm I don't know what I am. I'm American. I feel a lot of times like I resonate a lot with immigrants. So in some of the background of Gufran is that he had gone through a journey to somewhere else and then revisited his parents back in his homeland, of which I believe is Medina. So that's why he's colorful, is he has all these influences. It seems he can understand a lot. He's very empathetic and understanding. I think I am as well, in that saying of like, if you point the fingers and there's like what, 3 fingers pointing back at you. So that's like something I live by. The nature of our content too, for example, bringing awareness to the plights that Saudi women face still in Saudi Arabia. Before I started Blackwater, I didn't know too much about the situation in Saudi Arabia as for what women go through. Of course, I heard a little bit about it, but I never watched the footage of the woman getting beaten. I didn't know that a woman could not drive in Saudi Arabia. And so to see all these restrictions, to see the amount of the lack of freedom that one has as a woman in Saudi Arabia was educational to me.
From where you get your inspiration in creating these art pieces?
I think in general, that's when there's art or anything, that's the thing that I look at the most is, does it speak to me? I think the simple answer is, one, it's a lot of music that I've listened to over time growing up, listening to a lot of different music, from Latin music to old Pakistani music or Indian music, and even other things like rap. I listened to a lot of rap growing up. I think when it's left to just my own preference, I tend to make heavily percussion driven music. I try not to make things too intellectual and heady and make like references to like Wagner or something. I just try to like make it sound good. Really. My favorite film composer specifically, is John Powell. I think he's incredibly diverse, incredibly versatile. He has a heavy sense of rhythm as well, and I think that's why I tend to gravitate towards his music.
Awesome.
Cool. Thank you guys, and have a great Friday.
Talk to you soon. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.